Sarah impeachment raps now circulating in the Senate. A draft resolution seeking the de facto dismissal of the impeachment complaint against Vice President Sara Duterte is now making the rounds in the Senate. Senator-elect Panfilo Ping Lacson confirmed receiving a copy of the undated, unnumbered, unauthored document, but said he believes the draft resolution will face many challenges before it can achieve its goal, saying it may be overturned by the Supreme Court. The draft resolution sought the dismissal of the impeachment complaint against the second top official of the land, citing a lapse of more than 100 days since the articles of impeachment were transmitted to the Senate without any corresponding action from the Senate, which is set to adjourn sine die on June 14th. The same draft copy also claimed that the Senate rules prohibit impeachment proceedings from being carried over to the 20th Congress. Days of visitation for Duterte extended by the International Criminal Court. The International Criminal Court's detention unit has extended the allowed days for the family of former President Rodrigo Duterte to visit him at the Jae-myung prison in The Hague, Netherlands. This was revealed by Vice President Sara Duterte during an exchange with Duterte supporters outside the detention facility in The Hague on Tuesday, June 3rd. The younger Duterte and her mother and the former president's ex-wife, Elizabeth Zimmerman, had just visited her father, who had been detained there since March 12th for 1 hour and 30 minutes on Tuesday. This was the second visit in a week, she said. After she and her mother returned to the Philippines, her brother, Davao City Representative Paulo Duterte and his family, and Hanilet Avancena, her father's common-law wife, are the next kin scheduled to visit. The Duterte family earlier decided that at least one relative or kin of the former chief executive would remain in The Hague to look after his needs. The vice president shared that she also asked her father about the food in the detention facility, but he dismissed the need to worry about his food. Over 20 cabinet officials stay amid Marcos admin revamp. 21 more cabinet secretaries, including Chief Presidential Legal Counsel Juan Ponce Enrile, will be keeping their posts amid the massive cabinet reorganization by President Marcos. Executive Secretary Lucas Bersamin announced the third batch of cabinet members who were retained and dismissed by President Marcos on Tuesday, June 3rd, making most of his cabinet secretaries to continue serving in their respective offices. While the recent developments on the bold move of the president to ask his entire cabinet to resign was not as bloody as it was expected, considering the fewer number of removed officials, Bersamin assured the people that there will still be blood, as Marcos is undertaking a sweeping and thorough reorganization. He also revealed that those who were able to keep their positions will be given individual marching orders, and that they know that the president demands the highest degree of performance. Those whose resignations were accepted, however, might have not passed the president's standards of performing at par. Rains to affect parts of the Philippines this long weekend, according to PAGASA. Rainy weather will affect several areas of the country this long weekend due to the combined effects of the southwest monsoon and the intertropical convergence zone, the Philippine Atmospheric, Geophysical, and Astronomical Services Administration said on Wednesday, June 4th. On Thursday, June 5th, PAGASA weather specialist Benison Estareja said light to moderate rains will persist in the northern and western sections of Luzon, brought by the southwest monsoon, locally known as Habagat. Meanwhile, scattered rain showers and thunderstorms are expected over Zamboanga Peninsula, Bangsamoro Autonomous Region in Muslim Mindanao, and Sox-Sargan due to the ITCZ, a weather system where winds from the northern and southern hemispheres converge, leading to the formation of rain-bearing clouds. South Korea's President Lee Jae-myung to bolster U.S.-Japan ties and pursue talks with North Korea. South Korea's new president Lee Jae-myung vowed Wednesday to restart dormant talks with North Korea and bolster a trilateral partnership with the U.S. and Japan, as he laid out key policy goals for his single 5-year term. In his inaugural address at the National Assembly, Lee said that his government will deal with potential North Korean aggressions with strong deterrence, based on the solid South Korea-U.S. military alliance. But he said he would open a communication channel with North Korea, and establish peace on the Korean peninsula through talks and cooperation. Lee said revitalizing a slowing domestic economy would be his top priority, and that his government would immediately launch an emergency task force to wage a head-on battle against the threats of recession. He also promised more aggressive government spending to help spur economic activity. Stay updated with the latest news. Visit our website at www.mb.com.ph or follow us on social media. Thanks for tuning in to the